Hey Willow, I missed you. Willow Galaxy, I missed you, yo. I'm back. I'm back. Me. I'm about to start doing some shout outs, some super chats. All that. I'm about to start helping people out, helping people channels out and shit. Y'all know how I do, man. Y'all know how I do. Y'all know how I get down. I'm back. Let's go. Whoa, what the fuck? Yo, I got back on my YouTube account and it said this video cannot be monetized. I was like, damn, they demonetized me in 2 weeks. It only take 2 weeks. It only take 2 weeks to demonetize. I say, yeah, I got watch hours up again. I'm about to say, yo, I need 1,000 watch hours again, y'all. Oh my god. Thank God I'm still monetized. Hey boy chap, nigga. What's good, cousin? I'm back on this social media shit, bro. Gang, 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 gang. You already know how we get down, A boy chat. Whole lot of gang shit. Where Kevo at?
Dándole al reggaetón, ton, ton, ya. Y empieza el flow. Desde la nueva era, pero baila todo. Baila una de Maluma y Tego Calderón. La niña está bien puesta pa' cualquier canción. No estaba cuerón y empieza el flow. Desde la nueva era, pero baila todo. Baila una de Maluma y Tego Calderón. La niña está bien puesta pa' cualquier canción. No estaba cuerón. Ella quiere más de lo que vamos a hacer.
Willow. Thank you, Willow. Willow, I love you so much. Willow Galaxy, I love you so much. Hello. Hello, baby. $3.38K. Wow. Estoy pensando escondernos en la playa, buscando las olas de madrugada. Ella quiere más, pero ¿qué vamos a hacer? Improvisar, volar, baila un poquito más, acércate a mí, mamá. ¿Qué vamos a hacer? Ella es una asesina, baby, a mí me domina. Pero como lo del coco, no se imagina. Una asesina, baby, a mí me domina. Cuando te toco, siento que choco con una mina. Ella quiere amar, pero ¿qué vamos a hacer? Baila un poquito más, acércate a mí, mamá. ¿Qué vamos a hacer? No, nada.
Always for love. A little goes a long way for love.
8 million people in the building. Yeah, let's go.
Tóxica eres tú cuando me tratas mal y sigues cuando tú me traicionas con vaciles. Hermosa pero tú tienes como 10,000 perfiles, uno que me ames y otro que me olvide. La tóxica eres tú cuando me tratas mal y sigues cuando tú me traicionas con vaciles. Hermosa pero tú tienes como 10,000 perfiles, uno que me ames y otro que me olvide.
Shout out to Grim Reaper. He 100 away from 100K. Shout out to Grim on the block. Squad and them doing this thing on these YouTube streets. That's what I'm gonna name my next YouTube video. My second YouTube video back is gonna be how to run these YouTube streets. The party crash away, cause we took over like maybe 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, we was on fucking fire. The party crashers was on fire. We back though. I know this shit gonna get mad copyright strikes. I hope I don't get a strike. It's just gonna be a claim, but disclaimer and goddamn fair use notice, all that shit, man.
If my man was wearing this, I would be all over him. That smells really good. It smells like my guy's cologne.
Okay.
It smells really good, yeah.
Smells
Really
good?
sexy. Oh, that smells really good. I would use it, but like if a guy smelled like that too, I'd be like, oh, I would use this on myself.
Most name brand bars and body washes you rub on your skin are classified by the FDA as synthetic detergent. It's not even real soap. Stop marinating your man meat in unholy ingredients that are harmful to your well-being, body, and sperm count. Start treating your body to the natural, nourishing, lathery goodness of Dr. Squatch soap. Get ready to step out of the shower feeling alive. I'm talking about natural, nourishing, cold-pressed, hand-cut soap for men.
Pause.
They want the reward of what they work for. So before we get into it, understand something. If you type in all caps, you will be timed out. Nobody types in all caps in my comment section. Type in all caps, you'll be timed out. Type like you got some sense. Come on, man. That's yelling. Number one. Number two, if you're cursing, you'll be timed out. If you're insulting other content creators in my chat room, you'll be timed out. If you're mentioning other content creators, you'll be timed out. Look here, I don't care what's going on in YouTube. I have a policy. I don't beef. I don't get involved in beef. I'm moving on about my business. I'm good with a lot of different people. And honestly, everybody may not like it, but I don't, as long as it's respected, I'm good. The call-in line is already down in the comment section. And today's show is about, high-value men, high-value women. Shout out to Dr. Tarver over at Pretty Girl World. Shout out to my new friend here in the Atlanta area, sister that goes by the name of Six. Let's see if we can show. You know what? I mean, the beautiful thing about this is high value. Let me go ahead and define it. This weekend, you will have the preliminaries of your high value manual. You will have the high value manual by close of business Sunday or first business Monday, because I'm hearing a lot of people talking this high value stuff. High value this, high value that, and I'm looking like this. Everybody can have an opinion, but as somebody who I feel like has introduced this into the conversation in a bigger way, I'm going to define what I'm talking about when I say high value. So if anybody references high value that comes out of my mouth or comes out of this platform, if it doesn't fit this, it's not high value. There is no nuance.
Cutic TV.
Here it is. There's a money component.
Uh-oh.
A man has to make $10,000 a month.
Cutic TV.
$10,000 a month.
With the time side.
Period.
Oh,
that's $120,000 a year. That's Dallas,
come on, man.
Houston, Austin, Atlanta. You need to adjust that if you're in LA or New York for the cost of living. That money needs to be made for 5 years. Anybody can have a good year. 5 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you make 3 years, good. You're on your way.
Ready, Bill. Ready, Ted.
Yeah. The second barrier to entry, men who are already recognize you as one of their own. You cannot make yourself high value. High value being people who the world recognizes as high value have to say, this guy belongs in the club. He's in the fraternity. Iota, H is iota. V, I knew. V would actually be, the O would be new. And M, high value man. Iota, nu, mu. Iota, nu, mu. That's what will be the Greek letters. H, V, M. High value man.
Joshua.
You got to be in the high value fraternity. That means it's like when I see another Kappa, I can look and see a man by the way he walks, talks, carries himself, the way he dresses, the way I can look and see something very deeply of your presence. This guy cues when I see him. Shout out to the Ice Cold brothers of Alpha Phi Alpha. I know alphas when I see him.
Cutic TV.
Alpha men carry themselves in a distinct way. Again, always going to be exceptions, but alpha men have a standard. Omega men have a standard. Sigma men, brothers of Sigma, Phi Beta Sigma, have a standard. And shout out to the brothers of Iota. I'm still getting to know you a little bit more. Forgive me. I don't know you as well as I know everybody else. And conversely, this is where I first started to see high value men in my life. High value black men in Oklahoma were in these organizations. Pastor, Alpha. Co-pastor, Alpha. The men, the superintendent in my school, Kappa. The principal, Kappa. The principal that came after him, AKA. Speaking of which, same thing for women. There's a way that deltas, ladies of Delta Sigma Theta, carry themselves with that little sassy attitudinal thing. Conversely, the ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha tend to carry themselves in a little bit more of a sweet kind of way, but still ladies nonetheless. The sisters of Zeta Phi Beta, who are the sisters to Phi Beta Sigma, they carry themselves in a unique way as well, and so do the ladies of Sigma Gamma Rho. Like it or not, value has always been what it is, and if you're in an organization, you know what it is. How value is an organization? It is a club. Skull and Bones, it's an insiders club. So you have to make a certain amount of money for a certain length of time. Then you have to be accepted by the group, but you're only going to be accepted by the group if you have a network. If I have 100 people in my network, you have 1,000 people in your network, and this young guy comes in, 10 people in the guy with 10 people automatically going to be looked at as less valuable. The only way he's going to be looked at as being more are major movers. 500 companies. Well, guess what? In 1,000 people just throughout alumni association. But either way, you have plenty of men who can have money over a certain amount of in a group. But if you have no network, hold up, come back when you have a network, because that means you tend to want to leech off hours. Also, you have to be visible. And this is what visibility. Visibility. Key to being high value. If people can't see you and recognize you, don't know you, high value behind the scenes is what a lot of guys want to lean towards when they really don't have the value. That's why I say LinkedIn level. And then there is a utility component as well. You have to be being used, being useful.
Lulu.
Those are the components of high value. Now, there are other things that can be added on to make things a little bit more specified. I think there's a moral component to it, but that's my stance. That is by no means a requirement. There are plenty of guys to be like, they're very amoralistic, pragmatic. You know, they don't look at, they're very great, but they can still be in the high value piece as long as those things match. But there's also a component to this too. Men who fit these kind of criteria tend to have a warrior spirit. They tend to be self-reliant. They tend to be fearless, courageous, because they're ambitious, aggressive, and assertive. They're bold, ambitious, assertive. Why am I saying all this? Because a lot has been made about high value. Oh man, I hear people. First, another thing, why do I say visibility? Let me go ahead and make this very clear, especially here on YouTube. I'm about to cause a lot of trouble, but I don't believe anybody who claims to be high value if you're not visible. Visibility is, if I haven't know somebody who's laid their eyes on you. A lot of people coming around in these spaces talk this high value this or high value that. No one knows who they are. Nobody knows what they look like. They cannot verify it. See, the visibility component of high value is big because, look, man, this whole anonymous man stuff doesn't work except in the movies. So this person said, look, there's a visibility component. I don't listen to people I haven't seen. I mean, really, actually in YouTube, that's a big thing. You got people who can talk a good game in YouTube, but you ain't seen none of them. Don't work for me. But hey, if it works for you, I'm looking, and here's the thing, if it works for you as a guy, you just basically told me where you fit. Because if you're willing to follow somebody who claims to be high value you've never seen, that means you are where you need to be in the following position. No heat, no judgment, but I'm just saying, in the world that wouldn't work. I mean, how many CEOs or high-ranking company officials that you look in the organizational chart and there's just an avatar at the top? There's a face. Cool. And another thing, high value men, let's talk about it. High value men win because, one, they're not smarter than Aaron or Greg. They're not the smartest guys. They aren't necessarily the best looking guys. They are the guys that are willing to do the work. They are willing to do the work. They take what little they have, the natural gifts and talents that everybody was born with, and they maximize them. They use them. I have always respected men who work because I was born a good-looking guy. I grew to be in the top 3% of men as far as height. I hit the genetic lottery in a lot of ways. So there were people who naturally assumed that I had it easy. But what they tend to find is knock my freaking butt off. I get my hands dirty. Yes, I'm a pretty boy and I get my hands dirty. I'll do the crap jobs. I will stand out there. If I'm at the top of an organization, I get down there in the trenches with everybody else because I respect the work. Men worldwide respect the work. Women respect men who work because good things follow work. High value men have chosen to be high value. That's why I wrote it in the comment section. High value men, women want them and men want to be them. I saw somebody in the chat room talking about, I wish I was a high value man. That's why you will never be one. You don't wish, you work. You work. You work, you work, you work. You work, you try, you fail, you get up, try better. You suffer through a lot of failures. You take a lot of risks. You put yourself out there. You risk being made a fool of. Show me a high value man who has no losses, I'll show you a fraud. Show me a high value man who can tell you about all his W's, but he can't tell you about his L's. I'm gonna show you a fraud. Shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. When I was on YouTube initially with 10, 12,000 subscribers, quote unquote, manosphere, the black manosphere. Now, you know, I'm always open to collaborate, whatever. O'Shea Duke Jackson was the only person that looked my way and said, I'll talk to you, bro. And what did I do? I came over and I said, well, here's what I can do. This is what I do. And how can I help you and help you and help you, help you? He was the first person who took away from his busy schedule. This brother's in medical school in Poland. And he said, all right, I'll talk to you. O'Shea talked to a lot of people. O'Shea has talked to people. I remember he talked to a brother, Eric Stanley, virtuoso concert violinist, to pimps. What's the difference? You want to get on, you go through O'Shea. Obsidian finds a lot of talent. I respect the work. I respect the work, and I respect anybody else who puts somebody else on. Now, that bothers some folks. But here's the thing. I don't care if it bothers you. Don't tell me why I'm wrong for what I think about these two people. Show me what you're doing. I don't like to argue about who or who not. I don't believe in that Highlander thing. I believe in paying it forward and giving credit where credit is due. Yeah, I come from that the quote unquote projects of Oklahoma, and the projects of Oklahoma ain't nothing like the projects of Chicago or Compton or You see that bona fide baddie, all you can do is go up and shoot your shot. After that, whatever happens, happens. And high value men are good with that. That's why women love high value men, because they know that there are no guarantees. They know it's all a risk. They know that there's nothing guaranteed, and they know they still got to wake up and do the work. They know they got to continue to do it do the ugly, dirty work when no one's looking. You know, people are coming around my channel now like, congratulations, and thank you so much. But there are people who've been watching my channels since back in. Let me go ahead and show you. Go ahead and show you. You know what? Even better. Let's get the likes up, people, because we're gonna open the call line. We got to get these likes up. Come on, folks. The likes are not even close to being where they need to be. Come on, y'all know how we do this. Get the likes up.
MJ. Shout out to MJ. Thanks for
That's why it
everybody
takes
that
time to
came
become
through.
a high value man. That's why high value men walk around with a sense of swag. They walk with confidence, because they know that right now, if they lost it all, they could do it again. Now, let me go ahead and set some of you dumbasses straight in here. Some of you dumbasses straight in here. Here's this fool in here. Let me go ahead and set you straight. I don't like when people come in and talk about you use bleaching cream. If you say it, I'm going to block you. I find that offensive. You to a video. I didn't understand having a simple lavalier clip mic and plugging it into your phone made to the audio.
Rob Black.
This crispy video you see right now is the result of a lot of trial and effort, because I'm building it as I'm flying it. I didn't have a huge budget to go out and hire a videographer, to somebody who was on the other side who knew how to work all this stuff. And see, you momos think, well, you have to have used brightening cream and lightening cream. And I'm like, I let that ride because I'm just showing you. You were ignorant like I was. The difference is proper lighting and a better camera and a lens. You can buy a camera, but the little shit lens that comes on it doesn't do anything. Newsflash for you. Just like when I talk about frames, you better put some money in your frames, but put some money in your shoes. And you guys, I'll ask a grown dude over there making 6 figures plus, how much money you think an expensive pair of dress shoes should cost? You'll tell me $150, and I'll go, a pair of dress shoes should start around $450. 400 on the low side. But if you don't know no better, you don't know no better. A camera, the body of a camera is nothing. The thing that matters is that damn lens. And you watch that change happen on the channel too. When I figured out, going from an iPhone to a vlogging phone, but that had no microphone, then going to a Sony 6300, screen didn't flip all the way up, and it just had a kit lens. But then what? All the heat that comes from all these different lights, and then understanding, just get a lens. I'm telling you all this for a reason, because high value men worldwide do the same process. They're not afraid to fail in public. They're not afraid to let you see their F's, their L's. That's why they win. They'll see that beautiful woman across the room and they won't hesitate. They'll go talk to her, and they don't care if they get shot down, if all their boys laugh at them. They know that their boy dies 1,000 deaths of regret for not going over there. This is why women love high value men, because they understand something. That man is going to do what he's doing regardless if she's there or not. Shout out to Alpha Male Strategies. You guys have seen that brother grow and grind. And one of the things he talks about is the work he does and his rotations. The thing is, the amount of work he does is going to be consistent, whether or not he had the women he was dealing with or none. So understand something. Alpha Male Strategy is a brother from Birmingham, Alabama. And I love the fact that he keeps that thick Southern accent because he reminds you that you can do it too. I've become more relatable in my presentation to remind you that you can do it too. There's no magic in being high value. You can do it too. You just have to be willing to fail in public. If you're not willing to do that, then sit on the sidelines, but then don't get upset when the guys who are truly high value get the prize, get the girl, get the things that you say you wish you had. Ain't nothing about a wish. All your heroes chose
Pretty
to
saucy. Hey, pretty saucy. I miss
be.
you.
All your heroes chose to be. You shouldn't shake that draw. I didn't shake the draw when I went to New York City. All right, so what we're gonna do is open the call line. Here's the thing: if you want to get on the show, man, here's what has to happen. You got to get on camera. You got to get on camera. You don't necessarily have to get on screen, but you got to get on camera. Not having anybody just come over and troll and be faceless. If you want to have the balls to troll, you're going to at least have to have the balls to get on camera and show yourself. Oh yeah, but before we do that though, one thing I do love is all the people who have made this thing possible. Show one day.
Todo va dinero, solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lugar de siempre llegará primero. Pero ya sabemos antes o después. Solo a los suyos, esto no es. Que como si tarde no veré caer. Somos malos buenos y tenemos que llegar. Pero vendo mi mano, lograré. Ninguna aceptación, tampoco vemos perdón porque mis sentimientos se vuelven pasión. No me vale mucho cuando tú me ves, sobre tu belleza, de un interés, bueno para mí la vida, el dinero ya lo veré, no vendo mi alma, lo lograré, seré el más que olvidaré, de dónde vengo, como bueno.
Saucy. Bet. We love it. I was around taking care of business.
Not necessarily on YouTube, but in order to be on the screen on the show today, you got to be camera ready to be heard. No exceptions. This is clearly written. Please keep your light source in front of you and behind you. No Bluetooth headset, hands-free or speakerphone. Must be dressed appropriately and get ready. What is dressed appropriately? I mean, no ball caps. No ball caps. I don't even know. I really don't want any t-shirts. If you can't go throw on a button up to speak to a man in a suit, what's the point? Did you hear me?
God damn.
See, what we're going to do is this show is to talk about a new era we're moving into. The next era we're moving to, guys, you're going to see more. I'm being more selective with the kind of men that I have on the show. I'm making no bones about it. I'm finding out that my guys in my day-to-day life, they're not YouTubers. They're not YouTubers. And there that area, you cross six figures. You like my buddy Sean. He's a former client of mine. He is an attorney in Detroit, coming out making good money. He is definitely in hit squad. High earner, not rich yet. Guys, like it or not, over here, you have to have your money together. And understand something. If you don't like it, go deal with the creator of the universe who made men the way they are and women the way they are. The world does not care what men without resources really thinks about subjects in general. And you got to know that's the way the world works. So if there are women who are going to be coming over to the platform, it does you no good for wanting a better outcome for women's mindset. They don't see men showing themselves to be at a level that makes them say, well, that I need to have to be feminine for that. I don't make the rules, guys. But you can sit back and talk shit to a woman in a t-shirt and a ball cap, and they're like, dude, you can't afford to, you can't pay my bills. I go on Facebook a lot, and I see what some of these women's groups are saying, and I'm like, I gotta admit, I don't do the 50-50 thing. I've never been a 50-50 dude. I don't know what it's like to have a woman buy me stuff. I mean, I've had women buy me things, but that's not how I roll. And if you want better, especially let's just get to the core. You want better black women? Black women want to hear from you if you can pay her bills. If you can't pay her bills, she don't want to hear from you. So more people say this. So go ahead and get up out of here. Bye-bye. So let me go ahead and speak to this, though. More haters. And I said haters are welcome because I want you to understand the difference. See, to people who cannot compete, it sounds like vanity. There are people who really are upset that when you speak about something, it does came from. See, what I did, I showed the failures. That still wasn't good enough. You're not these people's mind, and that's fine. But you're not winning at anything. And I like it when they show their heads, because I can go ahead and block them. This is not a space everyone's going to like. If you're not trying to be in the top 10% of men or the top 20% of women, you're welcome to watch, but you're not the target market. Prince Diamond, Maine, you crazy. So let me go ahead and put this on. I'm gonna start calling out some guys, man. I'm gonna do this for teaching reasons. Guy, your name is Prince Diamond, but you typed Maine, you crazy. Why would you say that? Why don't you just speak English? Why don't you speak English? Let me also speak to this too. Tricking. Let me go ahead and crush this too. Tell me what the non-black equivalent of tricking is. So you got a lot of black men who feel like if you spend any money on women, it's tricking. But that's because you're broke. Men with money have always spent money. So what do Asian men, Hispanic men, Middle Eastern men, and white men call tricking? There is no conversion. You're broke. Nikiba, thank you for the donation yesterday. You're broke. And I'm good with you being broke, but see, only in Black America can dudes below you actually insult you. See, poor white trash would never insult their betters. I'm going there. I am going there because one of the big things in the Black community, we got this, everybody's equal. You a man just like I'm a man. I could be a multi-millionaire, Robert Smith's a multi-millionaire, but he put his pants on one leg at a time. No, he's better than you. He's better than you are. If he were a white man and you were a white man, there's no way you talk about him in that same way. He's better than you are. Oh man, you may have money. I don't need to do all that because I got game and mouthpiece. No, you're broke. You're broke, you're not high value, and that's okay. You gotta buy it with something. But here's the thing: show me how that works on non-black women. Not white women who like black men, not Asian women who like black men, not Middle Eastern women who like black men, not Hispanic women who like black men. No. Go up to Emily at Barnard. Go up to Meiling at Columbia and get it up off the lip. And she is culturally Shanghainese. You motherfuckers ain't ready for me today. Those women will use you up and bounce.
Daddy Rod.
They won't use you up.
What's up, Daddy Rod?
You got to have something to be used.
Thanks for coming to my live stream, Daddy
Paulina
Rod.
Johnson and B. Dr. Paulina, how are you? Sorry, Paulina, you got time down. I'm sorry. Miss, what's her name? Amira, I need you to chill out. Amira, I need you to be still, okay? I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself. Go ahead. How are you?
I'm 26.
26. What can I do for you?
I wanted to call in and tell you that. Yes.
Okay. You're one level into the cat lady. What's going on, kitty?
But I'm married.
Okay.
Can I still be a cat lady while I'm married?
No, you must have good cat lady. Come on.
Oh.
Good cat lady.
Oh, you must have good cat.
Go ahead. What you going? No, it's that was a joke. That's why I said cat instead of something else. What do you got, Bobby?
Hey, so basically I wanted to tell you, I love the show, and I love that you added Tiara with your music.
Mm-hmm.
And as for the high value men and men that want to be them,
Mm-hmm.
I understand what you mean, because my husband, same thing. He's I hate calling him a high value, but the way that you describe high value men, he's one of them. Mm-hmm. So he has his own business, he has company, he has employees. He doesn't hang around people that are not somewhat on his level and people that he can network with. Of course. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does. Let me ask you a better question. If he did, would you allow them in your house?
If he did hang out with people
let's say he hung out with some, let's say, questionable types, would you welcome them into your home?
No, sir. No, sir.
So I answered that question for a simple reason, guys. These are realities. These are realities, and that movie Trading Places talked about it. But how did you start watching my channel?
Oh my God. So I caught you. You were doing a live stream. And I was so interested because I was interested in what you were saying. Mm-hmm. So it was only recently. It was only like maybe 2 weeks ago. I saw your first show, and ever since then, I've been watching you like a mad woman.
Yeah. Did your husband ever catch any of the rebroadcast or anything like that?
I showed it to him.
Cool.
I showed it to him because I think that what you're saying is so valuable, because a lot of men, I've noticed, are really afraid to say this, especially in American culture. They're so afraid. They don't want to offend.
Right.
And you are not afraid to offend anyone. Like, you have women that call in with attitude, and the last lady that I saw call in, she was like, "What, do you see a therapist?" You asked her, "Have you seen a therapist?"
She made an impression on people.
She did, and I was driving when I heard that, and I was like, wow, women are really like this. This is the reason why he's doing the show, because I just want to say I'm happy for you that you're not afraid to offend, and those people that are doing things the right way, they're not afraid to have people upset at them. Okay. Because you're doing the right thing. So
do you guys have any children?
Not yet. I want to be pregnant soon, so okay. Wish me luck.
I wish you luck, and I appreciate you calling in, sis. All the best.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Guys, understand something. And the caller's right. Here's the thing. I don't attempt to offend to hurt. Or else I wouldn't have so many sisters so many women, so many sisters who I will be collaborating with. And you will see them on camera. Shout out to sister I just talked to today. We're going to have our meeting on Saturday. And I'm going to tell you, understand something. When I meet with women out in public. And it's over dinner because it's business. And when I'm going to tell you right now, when me in Atlanta, it's going to be a category 4. What's a strong earthquake on the Richter scale? It's going to cause shockwaves because she's like tall. And actually a follower and a subscriber actually said, "Hey, I think you should reach out I think this sister and you have a lot in common." And I went and looked at her platform and I'm like, okay, cool. And the thing is, I think it is valuable for Black men to be seen working with Black women where you can agree.
Jenny.
Let me go ahead and address it. Several weeks back, I was to have a Black woman on my panel, on my show. She came onto the show. She's known to have a difference of opinion with a lot of men, especially Black men. But I treated her like I treat anybody who comes onto the show, with respect. And it was my intent to work where we could agree.
Hey, Jim Mark.
I said it that night of the show, and I meant it. I'm not the kind of person that plays gotcha. I mean, really, what's to be gained from that? If we can agree on 2 or 3 topics, let's agree on that, and then the other ones we go away. As a matter of fact, I think if you're really a professional, you need to be able to work with people who you vehemently disagree with. Shout out to Abraham Lincoln would call. He did not have a bunch of sycophants around him. He had his political. There are women out there who are alpha females, corporate-driven, accomplished women. And you think I fear them? No, I down, break bread, and see how we can work together. And there's somebody in the followings that I have, or that she has, or that he has, or that maybe by seeing us sit down and work together where we can, they can say, in my own corporate life. I saw it happen in my own personal life. And life is about relationships, guys. High value men are judged upon the value of a relationship. That's why networks are so important. Flame, she says alpha female. Sphere who cringe at hearing hung up on the title. Because nature rules all. Your sister, I was out. She's very accomplished. She's.
I missed you,
So the point is,
I
love to beautiful women, and if you got a beautiful little black dress, shit. Yep. I should collab with Otasia. So Otasia, for people who don't know who Otasia is, Otasia has become like a channel mascot per se. And I will say this: she called in. It was this woman who called in one day, and she had a little sassy attitude, and we got off to a real bad start. And got off to a real bad start. Okay, I'm putting you in here. Putting you in here. We got off to a real bad start, and she called me on a day when I was not having any of that sass. And for some reason it just kind of stuck. So shout out to you, sis Otasia. Let me go ahead and put the link to the show in. If you want to call in, come on in, call in. Who's Cornbread? Cornbread is a dude that dissed me on World Star. When I went viral on World Star, Cornbread had a lot to say about me. And then Cornbread is also a name of a popular blaxploitation film of the 70s called Cornbread, Earl, and Me, where a elementary school age Lawrence Fishburne was in this movie. Cornbread, I think, was like he was a high school basketball player, going to go to college or something. Cornbread, Earl, and Me. So Lawrence Fishburne was in Cornbread, Earl, and Me.
Love, shout out to
Cornbread has always been a ghetto nickname. Otasia is just going to be part of the channel. I look up one day and everybody just going ham about Otasia now. Ike, where'd you go, Ike? I'm gonna give Ike has his brother Ike. Brother Ike has his own sound effect. I'm trying to get the perfect sound effect for Brother Ike. He is the only person on the channel who will have their own personal sound effect for when they donate or say something. Let me see. Where can I find it? Let me see if I can find it. Otasia, Cornbread, Earl, and Me. That's funny. I don't know if I like that one, but that's about as good. He's gonna get a nice long one. So that's not gonna be the Ike sound. If anybody can come up with like a good sound I can have for Ike, I look for something that like had Ike in the name. Maybe I'll do something like what's love got to do with it, Ike and Tina. A lion roaring. Yeah, it gotta be something dope, man. Something dope for Brother Ike. Cause Ike always come through here and he sets it off. And I like to acknowledge brothers who do things. Moderators, do me a favor. You see somebody highlighting me? Oh yeah. All right. I've seen you before. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Sorry. Hey, Kevin.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm watching your show. I just wanted to congratulate you. Thank you for the shout out. My channel has been really growing since then. So I appreciate it. I like the fact that you're collaborating with other people 16. And you're making a lot of people upset. So you're definitely doing something right. And just like the previous caller said, when I first heard you, I was like, wow, pretty direct. But sometimes you just have to be that way. And you're really, what you're doing is something so different than what a lot of other people are doing. Because like you said, I think it's so important to show the word, the networking. Like, I went to college. These are things like even younger women, we don't do, you know, and you're putting a highlight to that and you're giving a lot of free game that I think people should really look into and be appreciative of, because it's so much that we need to do to compete and to be on par. And I feel like the message needs to be more spread.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
I never do this, but I'll ask. You say I'm making a lot of people upset. Are you talking about on the channel or are you talking about outside of the channel?
I'm talking about both.
Okay. Okay.
I'll give you.
Okay.
I'm talking about both. I haven't really. I'm seeing a lot of this high value content. And
I know the high value thing is like everywhere now, right?
It's
high value this, high value that.
It's everywhere, and I think it's so upsetting because it's true. And like you said, even in my personal life, a lot of the things I've joined the Commerce Association in Houston, and my friends, they're like, why are you doing that? And it's all this pushback. Oh, you're getting too skinny. You need to stop. And it's just like, wow, like clockwork. What you said.
Wow.
And I have to take a step back because I think people think you're exaggerating. And even when you were talking about the obesity thing, I mean, you can walk around and you can, and it's almost like a second nature for me now. And I walk around and I look at my sisters and I'm like, stop eating that. You know?
I'm getting a lot of pushback from women. Value. I'm like, wait a minute. To show their pull their pants up, look a certain way, step into the gap, be alpha males, provide, protect, you know, all that other stuff. But all that stuff comes at a cost. And what I'm surprised at, I'm hearing so many women push back at the cost. To the point when I even talked to female influencers. You know, I ran into Rebecca Lynn Pope and her husband yesterday. And I'm hearing women say, you know, even the women get pushed back. So I'm like, well, do you just expect to get the best for nothing? And it's kind of where I'm kind of getting to. I don't know. Do you watch male platforms or female platforms?
I watch both.
Okay.
I watch both, and then I also go and I people watch. And I feel like it goes hand in hand with you wanting something. And I think as women, the rationale that you have to also invest, like you said, it's investing in yourself, and it's understanding that being pretty is just not going to give you a pass. And like you said, it's a different from dealing with high value men, actually dating people, actually being married, and actually understanding what it is the men that you want. And I think so much of what you say, it's not even so much of how you should treat a man, but just how you should treat everyone. And I think you can't go wrong with networking and being friendly and being feminine and just being an overall good person. That's only going to open more doors for you.
I don't know what happened, man, but I'm going to have Ike on his own show. I think I hit the wrong button. All right, sis, but I appreciate you calling in, Lisa. I'm going to get the iPhone over here. Thank you much. Thank you for calling. And stay on the path, sis. If you're making people upset and people are saying something, you're doing something right. So thank you. Your name says iPhone. I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna call you Otasia. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Otasia.
Hello.
Hello, Otasia. Now, what's your first name?
Hi. Yoli.
Yoli. Yoli, so what's going on? What did I get wrong, or what do I need to fix?
I don't feel like you have done anything incorrect. I would co-sign all of your what I'm back on dealt with high value men, and I run into the problem of them being insecure once I'm in a relationship with them.
Insecure.
Embodiment and how I look, I get a lot. Always becomes so how do I make sure I'm
understanding what the problem is? You get you get high value men that are
then it becomes an issue of the attention. I've had some
the attention you get from other men.
From other men, like their friends trying to come on to me,
and it becomes an issue for the man that you...
Correct.
Okay.
I'm 36.
36. I'm doing the same thing I always do.
No problem. No.
So what I'm hearing is, hey, when I'm with a quote unquote high value man, it's good, but then when we're out and about, a man will hit on me or approach me or look at me or they'll show me attention, and then all of a sudden it's a problem with the guy.
Yes.
Okay. Why are you calling these men that you're with high value?
Because they are 6-figure or more earners.
Okay, let's go down the list.
For consecutive years.
Okay, so they have the money.
Right.
The length of time. Do they have the network?
Yes, they have the network.
Do they have the visibility? Meaning, do people, when they walk in the room, people know who they are?
I'm going to say no, since I can't answer right away.
Okay. All right. We'll just call that a gray area. The utility, they have a network then there needs to be a useful component. I mean, are they working with a lot of people?
Yes, they do work with a lot of people. They own businesses. Some own restaurants.
Okay. So now the utility piece means useful to people on their level. Here's the last part. Do high value men consider them to be a colleague?
Yes.
Well, that throws me off because the money sounds like it's there. The length of time sounds like it's there. But then you said the network is there, but the visibility you stumbled on. If you're visible, people know who the people you need to meet in this room. When you walk into a room, the people you need to meet are known. The movers and shakers are known.
Okay.
And it sounds to me like they may have the money components, and it sounds like you may have the utility thing confused. Just because you're the CEO and you have people working for you does not mean you're useful. You got to be useful to other C-levels, not useful to your employees.
Got it.
Because what I'm thinking is you got high value mixed up. And that's why I got to come out with the high value handbook, because a lot of people are calling guys high value just because they got money. But see, if he was truly high value, he wouldn't be intimidated by anybody else.
That's what I'm thinking.
So
if some aspects for that high value, I see that what you're referring to is the complete package.
Well, and that's why I got to clear it up, because because too many people are calling. See, one of the things I realized, unbeknownst to me, a lot of people are using this term high value, and I'm hearing it being mentioned in some even hip hop circles. And I'm like, whoa, where you, huh? So I need to define what I'm talking about more clearly, so at least people like you can understand that they may be high earners, but the value piece, you should be the one that is nervous. Case in point, let's switch it up. Let's say you and I walk out.
Yes.
You would be, it should be that you should be nervous about other women trying to get me. Not me worried about other men trying to holler at you. That should happen. If a man steps in and tries to holler at you, I'm like, no, man, shoot the shot. She likes Merlot. That's what I would fucking say. She likes Merlot. On me, go ahead. Like yourself. I've done it and I will do that. Because a high value man could give doesn't care. Go ahead. And if he shot his shot, then he deserves the pound, dude. But if he didn't shoot his shot, you would automatically say, you ain't on the level of my man right here. Little boy. That's how high value men move, with a level of confidence and security and swagger. Go ahead.
I live in Atlanta, and I want to draw the line in the sand, for lack of a better term, and start with the newfound knowledge that I'm getting and acquiring, to go out and approach it.
You know what I'm going to ask you? You know the question I'm going to ask you is, why do you want a high value man?
I want a high value man because I am interested in growing as a person in a new area of life. So I want to be able to add value to someone else's life. But where I want to go, I need to be able to learn from the man that I want to be with, and him to be able to enhance my life. And I feel like if I'm with a high value person, that the only way for me to reach where I want to be is to be with somebody that's where already there, made those accomplishments.
So I'm gonna tell you one of the issues you're gonna have.
What's that?
Outside of being 36 years old, do you want to have any children?
I do.
A-boy
Chat. I have an issue right there. High value men tend to want to have children to build legacy, especially the ones that don't have them. And they don't tend to look for women who are on the other side of high risk. Let's move on down the path from that. When I asked you about high value, it was all about what you want. And you got to look at it this way. He's the president. You're the running mate. When you hear Mike Pence talk, does he sound like a man who's ambitious and wants Donald Trump's job?
No.
That's your job, Miss Mike Pence.
So when I'm saying that I want to learn from the man that I'm going to be with, and from him to be able to instill values in me, I would believe I could acquire that by supporting him and being there.
But he's not going to pick you for that. You're 36.
Okay, I see what you mean.
36. You should be blowing 22-year-olds out of the water. You shouldn't need to be taught anything. You should come in the door teaching and adding value to this high value man's life. Because again, you're older, you got to compete. You can't compete on the same level as a 25-year-old or 23-year-old. And this is why one of the questions when I ask women why they want high value men, it really comes down to this. I want to live a high value lifestyle. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that.
I get the aspect of wanting to live the high value lifestyle. But
what can you bring to a high? Okay, so did you go to college?
Yes.
You have a bachelor's, master's, what?
I have the highest education I have is a bachelor's, but I have an associate's and a bachelor's.
Okay, in what?
Business management.
Okay. So the hard question is going to be, what utility can you bring to a high value man's lifestyle? Because in Atlanta, to be a high value man and to be able to afford to have multiple children and a wife that stays home, you're talking a $300,000 a year man. That's what high value is, especially at your age. You're talking about men around my age. What utility can you bring to a man like that? Those are the questions you're going to have to answer, because it's blood sport. And here's the thing, I don't make any bones about why women want what they want. I just say you got to get realistic.
Well, that's what I attract. I'm not really going after that.
Well, I get it, but I'm attracted.
If I do encounter that, I still want to be able to leave it as an open option, but still know how to deal with it.
Attracting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go off attraction. I go off proposals.
Off the what? Say it again.
I don't go off attraction. I go off of proposals.
Okay.
See,
but before we get the proposal, we have to get in the door. So if that's who okay, let's say.
Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, when I speak to women, I use my words very carefully. Many women can deal with high value men.
Right.
But do you have high value men in your life that you're a prospect to be their wife?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
No, I've the last person I coined to be high value, which is that he didn't meet the marks based on the knowledge that you gave me today. But I couldn't deal with the insecurity. In hindsight, that would disqualify the high value.
All right, you can make a lot of money and be beta. So
right, okay.
Again, and the thing is, this is going to be the hard part. Attract what we are.
Right.
Are you used to being dominant in your relationships?
Definitely not.
Not?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Do you have any children?
I do.
How many?
I have 2 boys.
Ages?
One.
You got started young.
Yeah, I did.
All right.
So children are not
So
I don't have too many issues with children as far as being a concern as having young children.
Okay, so the thing is, that's why I want to caution so many women, especially women over 35. This high value thing is really problematic because there's so few. How many men make the kind of money I'm talking about? What percentage of men in this country earn $300,000 or more?
I know it's less than 10%.
What percentage would you say?
I'm gonna go with 6%. A nice round number.
Okay. I come closer to 5, and over 300 is closer to 1. That's not adjusted for. That's not adjusted for race, marital status, sexual orientation. You're automatically eliminating 95 men out of 100. And what I'm ultimately saying to women is high value sounds good, but you're making it near impossible to find a mate long term. If you're saying you attract high value men, that's fine. But high value men will date, interact, and to be honest, have sex with a lot of things. But what they marry and commit to, completely different. And that's the pool. And many women associate the fact that they can deal with a high value man as though they can marry one. And those two things could not be further from the truth. Arguably, if you already have children,
yes,
and you're already, in your middle 30s, you'd be much better off broadening your dating pool to men who are in the Aarons and the Henry and the Aarons and the Greg range, in that 60 to 85 range, or even in the even in the 6-figure range, but just so high. Men like that are wanting women for a completely different purpose, and they usually want women who are younger, no children, so they can start their own legacy. So I would really sit down and ask myself, what do I need in my life from a man? And then be honest. And then whatever man shakes out from that, then make sure you can get that. What we want and what we need are two different things. Okay, go ahead. And I got some more people to get to.
No problem. I know this is not the topic of this segment, but if you could rate me, if you're open to it, I'll appreciate it. If not, I could wait for
Oh, no, I'm not doing the ratings today.
Okay, no problem. Just thought I would ask and be polite.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you.
All right. Have a good night. All right.
You too. Bye-bye.
See, guys, what I need you to understand is, I think many people don't seem to realize this high value thing. Oh, I was wrong person. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
I am well. Can barely hear you. Did you call in the other day?
No, sir.
Huh? Put you back in the waiting room. So here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. As an image consultant and a professional, understand something. I don't care why a man wants what he wants or a woman wants what she wants. It's my job to help you become the best version of yourself possible and to kind of level set you on what's out there. I'm like a doctor in a lot of ways. Let me say this to the men and to the women. Knock this pretty as possible. Gentlemen, you need to make your daughters as pretty as possible. Pretty as possible. Ladies, single women, you need to be as pretty as possible. Far too many of you ladies are walking around either overly made up with all this crazy color hair and face beat to the gods, that doesn't get married. Or you're walking around completely lazy. Flip-flops, yoga pants, no makeup on, and hair in twists. Unacceptable. You need to be as pretty as possible. Every day, as pretty. I'm going to start a movement. APAP, as pretty as possible. So we already got frames, fragrance, and footwear. You know, the three things man needs to improve his personal style. Shout out to my colleague Six. What does she call it? Fine, fit, and feminine. More on that to come. It's not mine, it's hers. She has fine, fit, and feminine. Look, but I started to put AP squared. What was it? AP. How does that work? How does the math work? AP squared. Would that be it? AP squared? Or is that AP squared? There'll be A and then two P's. APAP. As pretty as possible. You need to be as pretty as possible. As pretty as possible. As pretty as possible. Every freaking day. There is no use for going outside of your house if you're not going to be as pretty as possible. Shoot, April, woo child, understand something. April, understand something. I want the ladies to go outside smelling like Dolce & Gabbana light blue, smelling like Marc Jacobs Decadence, smelling sexy and sophisticated, with as fresh of a look on their face as they can, with either lip gloss or at least something needs to be on your lips, with your eyebrows maintained. You know, light makeup would be great. And those long mink eyelashes, sis, please, a lot of y'all need to knock that off. Okay? My personal standpoint, let me say this also. I posted pictures, and a lot of you guys are kind of hypocritical. You talk about women as though, she has weave and she has this and has that. Man, I'm sorry again. You guys act as if every woman in the world needs to be fit according to what you want. Me personally, I don't mind hair extensions. I'm not a big fan of wigs, but the women I personally deal with, I'm not a big fan of colored weave, colored extensions. But it doesn't look horrible on every woman. I care much more if a woman is in shape and fit. See, a lot of you guys I think too many of you guys you got issues with women, and you don't seem to understand them. Thinking that they should walk around ideal. Well, unless you're walking around like a ripped god yourself, some of you guys really should kind of knock this stuff off. Kevin Francis. Yeah, you're going to have to get on camera, dude. You're going to have to get on camera, dude. If you're going to troll, man, you're going to have to get on camera. If you want to troll me or say something crazy, you're going to have to man up and get on the screen and do it face to face. Or you can leave. You heard me. Nope, that picture won't do. Not gonna do it. You start the video. See, a lot of you guys can say natural hair, natural hair, natural hair. The majority of women today are not wearing their natural hair. And that's not exclusive to Black women. Black women, it's called weave. To other women, it's called extensions. And what I'm really starting to understand is a lot of Black men, you have no experience in dealing or even interacting with, even on a casual level, with non-Black women. So you think that Black women are just, wow, women wear extensions. White women wear extensions. I know, shocking, yeah. And they can have shoulder-length hair beneath their shoulders, and they will put in extensions. That's why I'm making this distinction. If you just don't like Black women, just say you don't like Black women. I'll be honest with you. Don't act like as though if the Black woman that fit your mojo came along, you'd be ready to wife her or take her and make her your one and only. All right, Kevin Francis, you're not going to get on the camera? We're going to put you back in. Okay, put you back in here. This guy. Put you back in the waiting room. All right, you ready? Mr. Bay, unmute yourself. Hello?
Hey, how you doing, sir?
I'm well. What's your first name?
Sheffrin.
Sheffrin?
Yes, sir, Sheffrin.
Okay. What do you got for me?
I'm 23. I currently have a photography business and a shoe business. And I was just wondering, from your experience, I know I've been watching you for the past month. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to get some information based on when you moved to Atlanta. How did you insert yourself inside of those rooms with very high value people?
Well, I'm 51 years old and I have a wealth of experience.
Yes, sir.
That's how. I mean, I have something to offer. I mean, you have two businesses at 23. Where do you live?
Maryland.
Huh?
Maryland.
With whom?
With two other people in an apartment.
Okay. Are they your relatives or are they other guys?
Guys.
All right. So why do you have two businesses at 23?
Just coming out of college.
Did you finish college?
Yes, I have my associates, but I'm going back to get my bachelor's.
Okay. Where are you going to go get your finish school in?
Mass communications.
To do what?
To either do marketing or to, help my business grow.
No. Stop. No.
Yes, sir.
No. Mass communications is a wasted degree. Let me say this. When black people get scared, they go to school. And that's a woman thing to do. That is one thing that black men have gotten. Sisters, I've said this before. When black women get scared, they go to school. And we think by slapping degrees on the wall is going to make something. Young bro, you got an associate's in what?
Mass communication.
Which is useless. It's absolutely useless. So to go into further debt, that's just wallpaper. It's not going to help you be an entrepreneur.
Yes,
Photography. Which business is bringing in the majority of your revenue?
The shoe business.
And the shoe business, what do you do?
Necessarily just sell shoes to like my customers.
Are you actually selling? What kind of shoe business? That's vague. See, when I'm explaining, hold on, let me explain something. Remember I said high value men, their business has to be visible. See, I'm still trying to understand what you do. Do you buy shoes and flip them?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
that's not the shoe business. When I'm thinking of the shoe business, you actually are in manufacturing a shoe. You resell. Flipping sneakers. And then have you made any money in photography?
Currently not.
That's the yes or no?
No, sir.
Then you don't have a photography business. So you're 23 years old and you're flipping sneakers.
Yes, sir.
That doesn't sound real sexy, does it?
It doesn't.
Because it's not. And you're going to go back to school to go into debt, looking for confidence, when you actually need to focus.
Yes, sir.
Where are you working to where you can collect some money every hour?
I'm currently a paraeducator at an elementary school.
And is that contract or are you full-time?
Full-time.
How much are you making there?
I'm making $15 an hour.
40 hours a week.
40.
So $600 a week. $15 an hour, $30,000 a year. How much are you making your sneaker business? Sneaker flipping.
I profited almost, I think last year was 10 grand.
You profited 10,000.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I just started last year.
All right. So, and photography is just something that sounds cool. Because photography is hard. I got 6 cameras in here, and I can call myself a photographer. I probably got more gear than you. There's 1 camera, 2 cameras, a light storm over there, microphones, but I'm an image consultant. What is it you want to do with your life?
I just want to, be able to reach more people. I've been in rooms with, high value men. I just want to be more. I want to be able to connect more with people and be able to, in finances, and especially, just in my life in general.
So, okay, let me say again. You want to connect with more people to what ends?
Well, high value,
I know.
More. I want to connect more with
young man. High value is a buzzword.
Yes, sir.
To what end? You want to just make money? Or you want to connect people?
Sir.
Okay. Young man, there is no free money. And too many of you guys just want to go, you want free money. What you're on is a path to look up and be 30 and have a lot of debt.
Yes, sir.
Why didn't you go to college right out of high school and just finish your degree?
I did. After high school, I went to a community college in Mississippi. That's where I'm from.
Okay.
And then after that, I moved up.
Okay, what was the question I asked you?
Why did I go to college right after high school?
And finish it.
Finish.
Where's Dad at?
He's in Maryland.
Did you grow up with him?
Boom, 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 boom.
No, he was elsewhere.
One of the problems that so many of us raised without a father: focus, consistency, structure, discipline.
I'm good, man.
We don't finish things when we're raised under mommy. That's why you got a shoe business and a photography business and going to college and an educator See, when women call into my show and doing all this kind of stuff, guys in the chat rooms, eyes roll back. Because women can do that. Men can't. You've not finished anything. My suggestion, you need to strongly consider the military. Why? Because college is going to be more debt for a skill that's not going to do you. Mass communications is worthless. You'll have the same level of skills, more debt, and you'll be qualified to do clerical work. Flipping sneakers online only works in an economy that's up. We're about to go into a massive recession. You know how many foreclosures and things are about to happen? You realize we have a pandemic going on, right? People are on half the, you know what the percentage of the country is unemployed? People aren't going to be buying sneakers. People can't go trying to buy milk. They're not going to be hiring photographers either. You got an apartment with a lease, right?
Yes, sir.
Is your name on the lease?
Yes, sir.
If you default on your portion, can your roommates cover you?
Yes, sir.
For how long?
Just for, I guess, like 1 or 2 months, probably, most.
All right. You don't want to put yourself in that position. This is why I tell you, young men, you need to be working 60 hours a week minimum that you're getting paid for. If you got $15 an hour at the school or whatever, I need you to go to the local Quick Trip and go get another part-time job. I don't need you to be at home other than shower, shit, and sleep. And you really need to be focusing on what do I want to do with the rest of my life, because college degree is not the answer. You're not going into science, engineering, technology, and math. It's worthless. So I recommend a lot of young men who are in your position, you need man training, you need structure, consistency, focus, and discipline. And that is what the armed services is very good at. Helping take boys and make them men when they didn't have they have dad in the household. You get 3 hots in the cot training. You get to actually learn how to get some practical skills. You get to actually go over there and get into some semblance of shape. You get to be around other men. You get to see what structure and discipline really looks like. Oh, and by the way, you get great medical benefits while you're there. You get paid while you're there. You get all other sorts of perks and benefits. And you know where I go? Go to the Navy. Get on a ship. Go see the world. Give Uncle Sam 5 years. Better than staying in Maryland doing what you're doing. When the pandemic hits, I'd rather be on an Army base than in an apartment complex.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that's really what I can tell you, because you don't really have anything. That's why you talk about going back to school. And that's not going to get you anything. Now, what scares you about going to the military?
I was in RTC in high school. I was like third highest rank. And
of course, you didn't finish that.
Yeah.
Of course.
I was going to go to the military right after high school. But I got scared.
Why?
I don't know, just the thought of just
you
leaving.
Actually may have to you may actually have to man up. You may actually have to put your life on the line for something. You may actually have to get up in the morning at 4 o'clock and get yelled at by big men who can whoop your fucking ass. Welcome to manhood. That's exactly what you need. There's no way you can sit around. Do you have a girlfriend?
Yes.
Are you sexually active?
Yes, sir.
Great. You can afford that baby. Or $15 an hour? I didn't hear you.
Hey, what'd you say, sir?
Are you using condoms?
Yes.
Is she on birth control?
No, she's not.
So you can afford that baby?
No,
okay.
I can't.
So why are you inserting your penis in her?
I mean, we're in a relationship, so.
No, I don't. You can't afford a baby. And you're 23. You're 23. And this is what I'm saying. Condoms effectiveness. How often do condoms break?
A lot.
Exactly. And you can't afford, a baby will mess your life up. And see, the reason so many young guys are so apt to get in relationships and even having protected sex, and you're risking too much. And a baby will screw your life up. How long have you been with this woman?
For 7 months.
How old is she?
19.
Ooh, boy. Ooh-wee. You 23?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Military. And she needs to be on some sort of birth control herself. She needs to be on the patch, pill, Mirena, some sort. Do you have Plan B?
Yes, sir.
Do you keep Plan B with you?
Do.
All right. I'm serious, man. You need to think about. Last question. Would you be with this woman that you have right now if you had $500 million in the bank?
Yes.
Okay. If this is a woman you would be with, even if you had disposable income, cool. You're still young. And you're looking for yourself. You don't find yourself in a young woman, even if she's, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but she's young and you're young. But you can't afford to care for yourself and you have no skills. Which is why when you said going back to get a degree in mass communications, I said, no, you need some skills to fall back on. Number one. Number two, when's the last time you actually had a physical hand-to-hand fight?
Last year in September.
It was one-on-one?
Yes, sir.
All right. Have you ever had any kind of fight training, martial arts, anything like that?
Yes.
Good. Every man needs to be proficient in some sort of martial arts. Are you proficient with a handgun or any kind of handgun, rifle, anything? Can you shoot?
No, sir.
You need to go learn.
I never shot a gun.
You need to go learn these things, man. Women will be around. 18 to 30, you guys should really be focusing on becoming a man. It's not what's being told. It's not real sexy. One of the best places to go, if you're not going to college for science, engineering, technology, math, or some sort of professional degree, as a man, college should not be what you do. You either go get some sort of certification, some sort of trade, something like that, and get out here and compete, or military is a extremely viable option. But I hope that helped, man.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it.
All right,
Thank
man.
you for your time.
Have a good day, man. Talk to you later. See, I have a lot of respect for the military. My family's Navy. My mother's side's Navy and my father's side is Army. I was always destined to go to college. But, there is something about being raised in a single mother household. We miss focus, discipline, structure, and consistency. Those things get missing when mommy raises a boy. And Uncle Sam is the best approximation to getting that injected into a life after you're 18 years old. College is a feminine environment. In the work world, especially white collar, is very left leaning. This is why we have so many young men, 23 to 30, and they look at the women along the same age, and the women seem like they're light years ahead of them as far as emotional maturity. Yeah, Daniel. STEM degrees are the only useful degrees. Trade school is also great. That's why I mentioned trade school. I wish more brothers would go the blue collar route. You see guys like me in a suit and you think, oh, that's cool, but understand something. This is a longer, harder path. And remember what he said, I want to get in these powerful rooms with these people. And no, you shouldn't be in these rooms until you have something to contribute. Thank you, J3. You got to have something to contribute. Let me see. Do. And a lot of us didn't have this stuff growing up, you know. I didn't have it. And the thing is, you know, and I did want at least to put it on the young man's mind that, you know, you're 4 years older than her. That's light years when you're 19. She's 19, you're 23. You got to be making decisions as if the condom could fail. Mm-hmm. So, all right. Where are we going here? At the end of the day, guys. Oh, it's 12 o'clock. That's why it ended. Anyway, guys, here's the thing. I know a lot of you guys are like, man, I want you to talk to guys more. Understand something. I started out talking to men. What helped the channel start kickstarting and grow and actually became a place where you wanted to watch it is talking to women. The shows I will be doing